Tyler Hansbrough, a chance tonight to do what very few players have ever done, win 4 games at Cameron Indoor. Hey, how are you folks? Jason Horowitz. Glad to be with you here on CBSSports.com, breaking down Duke hosting North Carolina, a battle of top 5 teams in the ACC. Danny Green, he would also be part of that list because he also is a senior and would join Tyler Hansbrough to win 4 games at Cameron Indoor Stadium and to do it against Mike Krzyzewski. Only 2 other players have ever done that. Let's bring in our CBSSports.com college basketball columnist Gary Parrish to break this down. And Gary, we talked about this on Monday about the rivalry itself, but what makes a rivalry so special is that something fantastic can happen at any point. Both teams are so close in proximity, all those things. What are you expecting tonight?
Oh, it's going to be great. It's the classic, Duke-Carolina matchup where you've got both teams ranked in the top 10, both teams in play for an ACC title, both teams in play for a #1 seed, and then, the 2 key players maybe on each team, Gerald Henderson and Tyler Hansbrough, obviously got a little bit of history between them, the elbow and Hansbrough's bloody face from a couple of years ago. So this has got all the key ingredients. It's been built up and hyped accordingly, and, as far as regular season college basketball games go, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
It's interesting you bring up Hansbrough because with all the great performances we've seen around the nation this year, it's almost like the reigning AP Player of the Year has been forgotten, but Duke fans can't forget him because he owns them in Cameron Indoor.
First, I think you're right about Hansbrough being a little bit lost in the discussion. Some of it is we just get tired of people after a while. You want to talk about somebody new. You want to write about somebody new. And he's fallen a little bit of a victim to that. I think Joakim Noah fell victim to it, after his big tournament run, and he was on everybody's mind. And that following year, we were almost looking for reasons not to pay attention to him. And you get into the debate about whether he's better than Al Horford or whether he's the key player on Florida. So I think Tyler's, a little bit, that's what's happened. But he's still great. He started the season injured. His numbers are slightly down from last year. Those minutes are down too, and that should be noted. And then Blake Griffin has sort of captured the imagination of the country with these wild dunks and nice pull-up jumpers, and that's hurt Tyler some too. But Hansbrough's great, and I suspect he'll give Duke fits again tonight.
And that could be a problem for Duke because they certainly struggle with guys in the middle, especially a guy like the caliber of Tyler Hansbrough. Meanwhile, for Duke and the Blue Devils, Gary, who has to be the guy that has to be at the top of his game for them to beat North Carolina? Who can they ill afford to have a bad game?
Greg Paulus, I think, as wild as that sounds, because he was only playing, a small amount of minutes not too long ago. Back in the starting lineup now, and good for him. This is a kid who, starts for 3 years. I mean, started and played major minutes on that team with J.J. Redick and Sheldon Williams a few years ago. And so to have that ripped away from him, in his senior year, even if it was the right thing to do in terms of talent, it's just really tough to take for him. And so now he's back, played all 40 minutes the other day against Miami. He got 18 points in that game. He doesn't have to score big tonight. He doesn't have to get 18 points, but he needs to be able to do 2 things. One, knock down an open jumper when he gets it. And secondly, he's just got to be respectable. Not great, respectable guarding Ty Lawson. If he can do that, then Duke might have a chance.
Now, Lawson's certainly quicker than him, but of course, if he can get the help behind him, that'll certainly go a long way for Duke to win this ballgame. Gary, what do you think the key to this game will be, and who wins it?
I think the key is there's a talent differential here. And look, Kyle Singler, I like Kyle Singler a lot. Gerald Henderson has been looking like a pro here lately. But I still think North Carolina is arguably the most talented team in the country. I know we could bring Connecticut into that conversation right now. And maybe Louisville, I guess. But Carolina, it's still a roster, even without Marcus Ginyard and Tyler Zeller, that had a lot of people thinking that this would be a walk to the national title. It hasn't been a walk, but they're still pretty good, still in play for a #1 seed. And I think, frankly, they've just got the better team. I don't think they're going to lose again this season. That's my prediction. So, of course, I'll take the Tar Heels tonight, but it should be a fun game.
I guess if you're not going to lose the rest of the season, you can't start Game 1 the rest of the season with a loss either. Gary Parrish, thank you very much, sir. We'll talk to you real soon, and we look forward to this game.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, folks, for more on North Carolina Duke, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com and to check out reaction from this game with Bill Raftery. Check that out Thursday here on the website as well. For Gary Parrish, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.